Perfect. Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another stream. We weren't scheduled for 15 more minutes, so there's probably not a lot of people in there. But I scheduled it for 15 after 5 because I didn't know if my father was going to be home because he did something today instead of working.
You drove to Canada.
He didn't.
That's right on the border of Canada.
Just go into. Why didn't you go into Canada? If they have a passport to go there?
Yeah, people say hey.
After everything. Eric Wyrock, Sandy Farrell, welcome. We're at camp this weekend, and my father had an idea of something to talk about on the stream, and he was like, you should put a list on your wall so I remember these things. I was like, alright, I'll do that. And now I don't remember what it was. Stop doing the hula dance.
What are you talking about? I'm not even moving. Crazy.
Because they can't see you. Alright. So, we couldn't stream on Sunday, and I didn't realize this till, like, Saturday evening. Last Wednesday, did we stream last Wednesday?
I think so. I'm gonna go with yeah.
I think so. Last Wednesday, I was planning to stream again on Sunday, so I was like gathering ideas and stuff. And then I was like, oh wait, we have a wedding. The wedding was at 2, I was an hour away. And even though the whole I do process only took like 2 minutes, and all the rest of it was just hanging out, we didn't get back till like 5-ish because we stopped at Christopher's house. So we'll talk more about the wedding and stuff in a minute. Fishymon, Matt, welcome. So, what'd you do today?
I sat in the passenger seat. I drove to Canada.
It wasn't quite Canada.
It was almost Canada.
Almost Canada.
It was the north country.
I was supposed to go outside today and collect isopods because I collected isopods last week, I think. And there was 2 different species that I collected in like the same area of our yard. 2 different species. And I wanted to go back out and collect more of one of the species because somebody was interested in them. And I'm actually trading the isopods because they originally asked me if they were for sale or if they were interested in trades, or if I was interested in trades. And at first, I said basically that I wasn't selling them because they're easy to find for me. They're like in our backyard. But then they wanted to trade, so
What they want to trade?
for other isopods. They had a couple different kinds, and so I'm gonna trade for Panda Kings. Why are you making that face? So I'm gonna trade for Panda King isopods. So I have to go out and collect 10 to 15 of them. And the Panda Kings are like worth about $4 a piece, so it's like 10 for 40. So it's cool. Daniel Velez. I don't know if I said hello to Fishymon. I think I did.
Yes.
Daniel Velez, Peplin, Jenna P. Welcome. So yeah. So I have to go out and collect isopods, but it was 90-something degrees when I woke up. So I didn't want to...
See? Told you I was almost in Canada. It was only 86 up there. It's much cooler.
It was like 94 or 95 here when I woke up. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going out to collect isopods.
It was like noon.
And it's still like 90-something outside now. So we get to sit here and stream for the next 55 minutes. And then when it cools down a little bit after that, then I'm going to go mow the lawn.
Or collect isopods.
I can collect isopods after I mow the lawn. Because it'll be later.
Okay, later.
And you won't be splitting wood. Yeah. So, about that wedding on Sunday. This wedding was at Yankee Distillery. And right across the street was like North, I want to say it's North Country Brewing. Or North something Brewing.
It's North something. More importantly, there was an ice cream truck in between them.
Yeah, so there was the distillery and the brewery next door, and there was an ice cream truck. And the ice cream truck only comes once every couple weeks. And it was like gourmet, something gourmet's foods. Greta's gourmet, something.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah. So they sold ice cream sandwiches. They were a little expensive. They were $7 a piece. But they were good. It was all homemade. The cookies were homemade, and the ice cream was...
Yeah, pretty sure that's homemade too.
Homemade? I think so. They were like... I thought it was cool because it was like an ice cream round.
Sandwich.
Yeah, it was an ice cream sandwich. It was like an ice cream sandwich. So I had, I don't know, I think it was called patty cake. And it was mint chocolate cookie with chocolate ice cream. My sister had the mint chocolate cookie with vanilla ice cream, and he had the peanut, like, I don't know what it's called. It was something peanut butter. And it was a chocolate chip cookie with peanut butter ice cream.
Oh, that was good. I could eat another one.
Yeah. So this was our neighbors at camp's wedding. And it was fun. Like I said, the I do and everything, it only took like a minute or so. People were recording it, and it was like everybody was saying how fast it was.
Yep.
But there was a bunch of dogs running around, and all the dogs were wearing this cool Hawaiian shirt. I don't have it with me. I wanted to go grab it before the stream, but we didn't bring our dog because our dog's unbehaved or not well behaved. Just don't comment on unbehaved.
Okay. I'll stop.
So he's not well behaved. He's sitting right there. We took him to a garage sale once, and like I literally, whenever we go somewhere, I have to hold him. We went to this giant tent setup with a bunch of different like tools and hardware supplies. It was like a massive garage sale, but it was all new supplies. I had to hold him all through that. And that was alright because I was only like 5-ish minutes. But the worst part is, this weekend our dog went to get his rabies shots on Saturday, and the line was so long. It's like incredibly long, and obviously everybody has their dogs. And I had to hold him the entire time, even when he got his shot. So I had to hold him in this line forever, and then my mother was like, oh wait, he has to get his papers before he can get shot. So then I had to hold him even longer out of line because she had to like register him. Then she got the papers, and then I had to hold him. And he got scared by the needle, so he tried to bite the girl. But then like I held his head, and I put my face next to his, so in hopes that he'd bite me. And the lady was like, watch it, don't let him bite you. And then he got his shot, and then I felt bad for him. But now he doesn't have rabies.
No, he doesn't have rabies. Hey,
Eduardo, Steven, welcome. So, that was a fun weekend. The weekend before, we were out at our neighbor's a contractor. They had the whole week off, so we were out till like 12:15 in the morning playing washers with them. But then this Friday, I guess Friday of last weekend, we were out a little bit longer. I think it was like 12:45 or something, maybe 1 o'clock. We were there a really long time, and our neighbors playing washers. But then the next night, nobody was there.
Nobody was around. Everybody was all tired out.
Yeah. But there's always like, I guess not a party, but there's always like a gathering at our campground. So like every day there's like a different thing. There's 3 like sections to our campground. There's like the lower part, I guess 4. The lower part, like the entrance part, the middle part. I don't want to see this. You already showed me these pictures. Very nice truck. So there's a lower ground, there's like the mid-ish ground, and there's like, it used to be the top level, but then they added a higher part called the estates. And that's been in there since 2018. So there's always like gatherings up there. There's this one group, they're playing cornhole, and there was 2 people. I was gonna say a couple, but it's not a couple. They're just 2 people. They're playing cornhole. Apparently, they're undefeated. So my father went over there, but they didn't want to play him because they didn't want to lose. He's really good at cornhole.
That's what they tell me.
That's what you say. So. Oh, on Sunday before the wedding, we went and We went and met a dude in the exit 18 McDonald's parking lot. He had a bunch of different crates. There was a rusty one that didn't have a bottom on it. That was just extra. There's this really nice small one, and then there was a nice medium one too. And then there's 2 like really expensive bags, like carriers. Those are like the bags that you take your pet on for like airplanes. So, what are you doing?
Looking at my finger.
Nice.
John McKenzie.
John McKenzie,
Petro
Petro Man. Welcome. So, we got some crates, and actually the day before, there was a dude 6 miles up the road from our campground. He had a medium dog crate, and it came with a bunch of supplies like dog food, dog treats, tie-outs, toys, and everything. It was brand new. I don't know if like he was expecting to get a dog, but like didn't end up with a dog because it was all brand new. But he came, met us at the campground that we camp at. So that was fun. So now we have 4 crates and 2 carriers for my mother's animal rescue.
No, all I gotta do is cut some trees, dig out some stumps, and clear some land.
And take down a chicken coop.
And take down chicken coop.
It would have been a good time. There was a couple days ago. There was this post on Facebook. It was like an animal group. And I have my phone right there. I'd look it up. But there was some dude in like has an apartment, but the people above him moved out. And they left their 2 cats there. And one of them has like an upper respiratory infection and a bunch of sores all over it. But the dude's looking for somebody to take the cats because he can't keep them. He's looking for somebody to take the cats, but he doesn't want to drive to a humane society. Somebody was telling him about like a humane society or like a shelter or like a vet or something that was like near him. And he said that he didn't want to drive to bring the cats somewhere. But the cats are going to not make it much longer if they don't go without treatment. So it would have been a nice time to have a rescue because we could have drove out and got the cats and brought them to the vet. But there's always kittens that people are trying to get rid of because their cats like have kittens and then they're trying to get rid of them.
Don't take those.
Why? Why not?
People want to keep them.
So, there's a separate building. They're not in the house.
Not until the coop is gone, the trees are cut, and stumps are put.
Yeah. New local Austin, welcome.
I'm working on that.
We have to look for a trailer, like an office trailer, a job trailer, something of that sort, to put crates in and stuff for my mother's small animal rescue. She got some baby gates and stuff for the rescue this weekend.
I got pizza.
Yeah, we went to the scratch sale down the road from our campground, and we were looking around. My mother bought, she got a blanket and a harness for our dog, and 2 baby gates, and the lady was like, pizza, $1 a slice. We got too much, and we already ate all we could. And the pizza's not even that expensive to get it, like, made. I think it's like $12 for, like, a cheese pizza or something, but
So this would have been $8.
it would have been $8. So we got pizza, which was pretty cool. We eat that pizza once or twice a weekend. I went to the doctor Thursday, and she was like asked like regular like questions like how like are you eating healthy and stuff? And I'm like, yeah, I have like pizza twice a weekend and stuff.
That's 3 of the 4 food groups. Man.
Sure.
How could you be
Because
wrong?
when we go up, I go up with my father on Fridays. It used to be like last year.
She keeps telling my secrets. I'm not taking her anymore.
What?
That
What?
was-
No,
was talking about
everybody
pizza.
knows that we have pizza. Last year, my sister would go up with him, and she'd come home with him because she doesn't like my mother's music. And he switches the radio station. I don't care what we listen to, so I'll go on whatever car. But I've been riding up with him and going home with her, with my mother. Because lately, my mother had to stay home. Last time she was waiting for 1,000 crickets to come. And the time before that, she was waiting for Olivia to get picked up to go to a sleepover. So there's been 2 cars going up to camp. And I go with him because the grass needs to get mowed. I mow it and he weed whacks. And then he drops off wood and stuff. So I've been going up with him. And occasionally we stop at the gas station for pizza. Last time I had to go in and get it by myself. And the lady was like so miserable. I don't even know why. She was just looking at me.
Probably because you walked in and said, yo, give me some pizza.
I was like, can I have 2 slices of pepperoni pizza? And she's like, sure.
It's $17 for pizza now. So this would have been half price.
Yeah. We should have got all of it. But yeah, she was like, do you want a cover for it? I'm like, no, thank you. It was $4.99 for 2 slices. Dog. You can do it. You're not that old. Just jump up. Come on. There you go. Mm-hmm.
So I drove up to Harrisville, New York today, which is north of North Country, to go spec out a truck. That was fun. We're outside most of the day.
I was inside most of the day because it was hot.
It was hot. It was
But
hot first thing this morning.
it was. Mainly because I wake up at 10 o'clock. But whatever. I have stuff to do later. Mowing the lawn like a good civilian. Samaritan.
And I
isopods. And I have to move stuff inside with my mother. She wants to move the 10 gallons that are on the porch inside. And I think the crates and the carriers too. The cats and the cradles. But yeah. So that'll be fun.
Taking a nap would be fun.
Go take a nap. You don't have to. You can take a nap. Something happens with the lawnmower, I'll just turn it off. Unless it doesn't turn off. Because there's this one time we got this new gray mower a couple months ago. And when we first got it, the motor was smoking. Like a lot of smoke was coming out of it. I was like, alright, that's probably not normal, but whatever.
It's bug control.
So he got the dude down to like $100, and he put it on the trailer, and I brought it home. And then he did some stuff. He changed the seat. He put a new seat on it, and put gas in it and stuff. And then he was like, "All right, run it around to like burn the gas out of it." And it started making a weird noise. So I was like, "All right, maybe I shouldn't drive this." So I parked it. I turned the key off, but it was still running. And then it wouldn't shut off. So, hopefully nothing like that happens. That mower is no longer in use, but it will be sometime. It doesn't start anymore. We had to change the blades on it. So, he put it up on like car ramps to change the blades. And then it wouldn't start after that. And then it started later on. But now it doesn't start at all. But we have 2 mowers, so that's good. The gray one's up at camp, and the yellow one is all fixed up, and it's here. And I use it every day. It's a good mower.
Hey, Misfits.
But Misfits, Vinoxky, welcome. So, about Sunday. We were coming back from the wedding, and it was like 4 o'clock, so obviously I wasn't going to be able to stream. But we went to our friend Christopher's house. And he was like 12 minutes from the wedding, I think. A little bit more than that because we were already driving, but it was like 12-ish minutes to get to his house from where we were. So I texted him and asked him if he could come over to look at Crusty Geckos because he went to a show that Saturday and he couldn't look at anything because he was alone. But he knew that I was looking for Crusty Geckos, and he has a ton of them. So we went over to his house, and he got to see how awesome his reptile room is. It is awesome. So we were looking at different Crusty Geckos. I wanted a small one because the small ones were expensive enough. There's this really cool one, but it was $150. So I got like one that looks the same, but it didn't have as much of a pinstripe on it. That one was $75. So that's the cover of the stream. He's in a 5.5 gallon right now, just because he's small. I have to leave him in there for 3 weeks or so. Well, I have to leave him in there a little bit longer, but 3 weeks until I can start touching him and handling him. So yeah. So I got a Crusty Gecko, and it's beautiful. We're looking at different ones. Christopher has one that he pinched the tail of it underneath a piece of cork bark, and the tail fell off, which is, I guess it's not normal, but like they drop their tails if they like sense danger. So it dropped its tail, but it's still an adult, and that's one of his breeders. I think that's Pongo. But he's got a bunch of really pretty adults, and he keeps like a pair and a trio. like a para trio, like a tank that big. Yeah. He's got a triple rack, 3 tanks on top of each other. They each have a pair in it, and then he's got a different tank that's got a trio in it. So it's pretty cool.
Nano aquarium guy.
Nano aquarium guy, atomic
Injection.
Welcome.
Bunny Viper.
Our aquatic universe.
Mike.
Rainer Trofer. Welcome. Bunny Viper. Welcome.
Jimmy P.
I thought I said hi, Jimmy P.
Nope.
Jimmy P. Welcome. My dog's sleeping on my bed now. You can't see him. He's just out of the camera. But yeah, now I have a Crusty Gecko, 5 Amazon milk frogs, and a tomato frog. I have, one of my Amazon milk frogs, he was tinier than the other one, so I put him in a 10-gallon separately, so he could get a little bit bigger before he went back in with all the other ones. And I just moved him back there yesterday because he's doing good. He's happy. They have a really big water bowl in the bigger main tank. And I don't know, because I think it's like 3 or 4 adults and a 20 high. So I think 5 would be all right. But I don't know. So maybe in the future I'd have to separate them into 2 tanks. Who knows? Chris is going to 2 shows this weekend. Saturday he's going to a Show Me Reptiles show in Rhode Island, and then he's coming back to New York to go to Poughkeepsie the next day for I think it's like a reptile super show or something. But he'll have help on Sunday with the one in Poughkeepsie, New York. So he can look around at different reptiles. And on Saturday it's my mother's birthday.
Yep. And you're the only one that knows what she wants.
She said it in front of the entire family yesterday.
She showed you pictures on her phone.
She didn't show me pictures. That was of the shorts that she just got.
Oh.
She was like, look, my work shirts.
Is that when she said, I want some of these? But
No.
not these, because I already ordered those?
No, she was like, I won those. And then I was like, what are those for? She's like, those are my work shirts, so I don't have to wear tank tops that have holes in them. And now she wants scrubs for her birthday. Because I'm wearing them right now. Not hers. Or not the ones she wants. But I got some this weekend. From a garage sale. The lady had a bunch of brand new ones. So I got a set of scrubs on right now. And I have a ton in my closet now. But she thinks it'll be good for her small animal rescue, so she doesn't have to use her clothes for handling animals. She can use scrubs so that she can just get them dirty. But I wear these all the time now because they're awesome. Terry's Tropical Tanks, depths unknown. Welcome. I can't see Jimmy P's comment because my cursor's over it right now. I gotta wait. My cursor's still over it. Hold on, I gotta wait.
I said it's still on scores.
Oh. Alright, I see it now. What was the other thing we were going to talk about?
I don't know.
I don't know. Think of something to talk about.
I don't want to.
Why?
Because I talked to Bill for 3 hours today.
It's okay. Do you want to go downstairs?
How's that work?
No. You ain't go downstairs.
There you go. Hey, Kenny.
Danica Aquatics, welcome. I'm gonna pin the link just in case my father decides to go downstairs.
You go downstairs. I'm comfy.
You think I'm not comfy? I am.
You've been sitting on your butt all day.
True. But your point is?
Plus, I don't know what I'm looking at.
Anything? I can't pin it on my phone. We're still gonna move this monitor. Probably gonna move it over a little bit. I don't know. I'm probably not gonna add another tank on my desk. I'm probably just gonna take that 10-gallon down. So there's nothing on my desk. That'd be pretty cool. Look, it's me. What?
You did it.
Thank you.
That seems complicated.
All you gotta do is go on YouTube and click pin.
I'm on YouTube.
So yeah, Saturday's my mother's birthday. We have 2 cleaning jobs, but she wants scrubs for her birthday. And she hasn't told me if she wants anything else, but we should probably go shopping. It's gonna be raining tomorrow.
It is gonna rain tomorrow.
And you need gas.
That's why I gotta get the.
Wood.
I don't know if I got the wood done.
Why not? You got half of it done yesterday. You can get the other half done today.
I know. We'll see.
I'll be there the whole time, cheering you on while I mow the lawn. Can you not park your car down there today?
Oh,
Then I have to mow around your car. You know how that went last time? I got grass on your car. I can't avoid it though. I can't avoid mowing on your car.
Yes, you can.
I have to go like this. Go back.
I'll do
and
it. Show
forth.
you how to do it.
I have to go back and forth like that. So all the grass is gonna blow on your car anyways.
I'll do it. Show you how to do it.
No,
You watch.
no.
Hey,
Just
Paul
cover your
McCarthy.
car. Is Steven singing a song?
Yes.
I know there was a song called Scrubs. Everybody kept telling me it was a movie. There's a song called Scrubs, isn't there?
Yes. And there's a movie.
Yeah, but I kept saying there's a song called Scrubs, and my mother kept saying there's a movie.
Yep. Sure.
So Christopher, our friend that I got the milk frogs and the Crusty Gecko, and my mother got the cool leopard gecko from. Well, Christopher got the leopard gecko. Brought it to her. But his friend is our neighbor at camp. And our neighbor at camp, I think he was riding a bike and he broke some of his ribs.
Who?
Pete. Shirtless Pete.
He broke some of his ribs?
Yeah.
I think I might ever had heard of this.
It's on Facebook. You might get it.
Yeah. Guess that's why I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I don't know.
My mother told me yesterday.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Don't finish that sentence. So, did you want to go downstairs? You could show the Oscars. And the leopard gecko. And the other gecko. Do you want me to go?
No, you're lazy.
I am.
At least you're not.
I do. Nah, I have my seat back. Only reason I sat in that seat is because my phone's dead and my charger's next to my bed, so I can plug my phone in. Come here. Come here. Come on. Alright, he should be here in the stream in just a second. But there he is. My dog's sitting in my chair now. I don't know why, but hi.
Hi.
Did you switch over to the internet down there?
Yeah.
Alright. Show the crickets. Wow. So we have 2 bins. I separated them into 2 bins. Why wouldn't you unlock the easier one to unlock? That one's got 6 locks on it. Make sure nobody gets out. So, my mother ordered 1,000 crickets from Chewy.com. There's paper towels in there that are nasty, but that's because I moved the old paper towels aside and I just put new paper towels down because all of the crickets were on the old paper towels, so I didn't want to shake them all off. But, yeah. I just cleaned their tank recently. I put new coconut fibers in that dude's tank. That is the leopard gecko. I forget the actual name of it. It's on my phone. But he was an expensive leopard gecko that our friend Christopher, Spacity Critters, he picked up from J5 Geckos at a swap. I forget what swap, but I know it was a swap. And those are the Petco geckos.
Petco Gecko.
There's 2 of them in there. I need to clean their coconut fiber. Well, I need to change the coconut fibers because they're a little bit old. And I have coconut fibers made up. But those are my Amazon milk frogs. Their tank is all set now. I know the Tupperware container water bowl isn't the prettiest, but the rest of the tank looks nice. There's a plastic container in there because I just moved the frog over from the 10-gallon recently, and he didn't get out of the cup, so I just left the cup in there. But the cup will come out, and that is their tank. And there's this sphagnum, I don't know how you say it. There's a moss mat for the substrate in that tank, and that is probably the final substrate that I'm going to have. Those are my mother's marble angelfish from Peplin. They have babies in a 10-gallon tank. We have a couple empty 10 gallons over on the other side of the room. I have to clean them out just because they have gravel in them and stuff. And I offered that my mother use those 10 gallons. She could move. She's got Cory babies and angelfish babies on the desk. She can move them. They're both in 10 gallons right now, separately. She can move those 10 gallons to where the empty 10 gallons are. And then we'd have a workbench. I don't know if she liked that idea or not. Our aquatic universe, those are Amazon milk frogs. I got 5 of them. They're a little pricey, but some people sell babies for a good price. I got them 3 for $160. So they're I can't do the math. But they're $60 individually. They range from $50 to $60 individually. But this one was 3 for $160 that I got from Christopher. I got 2 sets of them, I guess you call it. I got three of them the day that he got them, and then I think like the day after, like 2 days after, I got 3 more of them because one of them got out, and it's somewhere in the fish room still. But my father just showed the tomato frog tank. I thought I lost the tomato frog. He can't climb or anything, but I thought he got out somehow yesterday. But I went through all of his all the coconut fibers that I found him. Those are the equies. They don't like when you walk up to their tank.
Chickens.
Yeah. Do you need a special lighting for frogs or just a heat type of light? I just have a UVB 5.0 light bulb in just a Fluker's dome. I think it was like a $20 bulb, but it lasts a little while. And the dome was like $8 or $9. I got it at Petco. You can probably find them anywhere. So I have like a dome with a light bulb on there. And I don't use any type of heat, but some people online, I think some people use heat. I don't think so, but yep, there's the light bulb. It's a little bit longer than the dome, so I had to use like a bungee cord to like keep the dome on an angle and also above the tank. So I think it would be like $29 for the UVB light bulb and the dome, but the dude I got it from and the dude he got it from, they don't use heat. I think some people might use a heat mat, like a small heat mat underneath, but the guy that I got it from, Christopher, he doesn't use heat. He doesn't heat any of his tanks because he keeps crusty geckos. He keeps crusty geckos, lychees, tarantulas, and things like that. So he doesn't need to heat any of his tanks, but he doesn't heat his dirt frog tanks or his Amazon milk frog tanks either. So I don't think you need a heat type of light. Just a UVB light, because that gives them like their vitamin, like some of their vitamin D, so they don't get metabolic bone disease. But some people don't use light at all. I know Christopher, he just has them in a 10-gallon with paper towel as a substrate and a large water bowl. He doesn't use any type of light for any of his animals. Well, he uses light for most of his animals, but it's not like a special light. It's just like light to grow the plants. That's what the lights are for his tanks. So I just use a UVB light, and it doesn't produce heat at all. I thought it was like one of those bulbs that get hot, but it doesn't, and that's good that it doesn't. So the bulb doesn't get hot and doesn't produce heat. It just produces UVB. So if you're going to have a UVB light, you have to have a screen top as well, because the UVB doesn't pass through glass, I don't think. At least that's what I read. So a good way to keep the humidity in, because tree frogs like the humidity to like 80 to 90%. So if you have a screen top, you can put saran wrap over like 2/3 of the lid, and then just mist down the tank with like a spray bottle. And that's all I do. And they need a large water bowl, because in the wild, their water bowls have like known to be up to like 5 gallons in capacity. But I have a large water bowl, and I don't fill it to where they could like drown if they like they can like sit up in the bowl. They have sticky feet, so they just stick their feet on the edge, on the sides, and then they just soak in the water bowl. But you definitely have to be careful. I always whenever I clean their tank or anything, I pull the tank off the shelf. I take the lid off, but I keep my eye on each, all 5 of them at once, because they can climb really fast. Same with crested geckos, so you don't want them to get out. So you always want to have the lid handy, so you can just throw the lid on there. And you also have to make sure they're not on the lid when you take the lid off. What do you feed your frogs and geckos? Depends on the species, really. And I haven't had them that long, so obviously you can always ask somebody else. But what my mother's leopard geckos, my crested gecko, and my tree frogs and tomato frog eat. The leopard geckos, they'll eat dubia roaches, isopods, mealworms, crickets. That's all I fed ours so far. But I feel like there's something else. The leopard geckos really, they'll eat anything. They don't need live food, I don't think. Or like not something like crickets. Crickets, sometimes they're hard to keep. If you get Petco ones, the Petco ones die really easily. So we ordered 1,000 from Chewy, and they are holding up really good. So, yeah. I always don't feel that crickets are reliable food that, like, you can, like, count on, even though I need them for my tree frogs. So, I like mealworms and dubia roaches because they don't die as easy, and you can like refrigerate mealworms so they don't change into pupa. But I like something that I can breed, like the roaches or the mealworms. But we feed our leopard gecko, the crickets, mealworms, dubia roaches, isopods. The isopods are kind of rare because my cultures haven't gotten started yet, but whatever. Crested gecko, they eat mainly dry foods. Well, not dry foods, like gel foods, like rapashi. Well, it's like a rapashi type of food. It's called Pangea. There's other types of foods. I think rapashi actually makes a crested gecko diet type of food. And other brands do as well. I believe Hikari does. But my friend Christopher that I got the gecko from, he sells the Pangea, so I just got some. I have the insect diet one and the apricot diet one, but you can feed any sort of Pangea or Pangea type food to crested geckos. And I haven't tried this yet, but I think some people feed them crickets too. And then my tomato frog, he eats crickets and mealworms and dubia roaches. He'd also eat probably isopods too. And then the tree frogs, they only eat, like, they don't eat mealworms. At least mine don't. Mine eat mainly crickets. Crickets make up a huge part of their diet for the milk frogs, Amazon milk frogs. And I think that's similar with some tree frogs as well. But the crickets make up a huge part of their diet. And then mine don't eat mealworms because, like, I think the mealworms don't move as much. But they'll eat dubia roaches and they'll eat isopods. So basically anything that has, like, that will run, kind of. I don't know how to explain it. The mealworms, they move, but they don't move as fast. And I think that's why my tree frogs don't go to them. But, like, the crickets, they'll hop all over the tank. I know Christopher, he had 9 of them in a 10-gallon. Just holding them because he was selling all of them. So he threw like 30 crickets in there, and that feeds them for a couple of days because they'll go around the tank hunting for the crickets. So you could do something the same with isopods as well. You could seed the tank with isopods if you're doing like a bioactive setup, or if you were just feeding them, you could just throw a bunch. not a bunch, but like 10 or 20 in there, and you can feed them for a couple days. And then, I don't know if I do the same with dubia roaches. A lot of people have an allergy to dubia roaches, so you have to use like a mask and wash your hands after handling dubia roaches. So I don't know if I throw a bunch of dubia roaches in there. I normally just, if I'm feeding the dubia roaches to the tree frogs, which I have done a couple times, I'll take tweezers and I'll take the dubia roach and I'll put it like in front of the frog a little bit, so the frog will watch it and then jump after it. And I have a short video of one of the Amazon milk frogs hunting and eating the cricket, like jumping from its little like moss dish to eat the cricket. So that's one of my short videos. But that's what we feed our frogs and geckos right now. There's a couple other species that I would like to get in the future. Different types of tree frogs and dart frogs, but that'll probably be next year, because in a little bit less than a month we have the killifish swap, and then we have the danbury thing, and then we have the keystone clash. So not too many more species I'll be getting until the swaps. So I'm gonna wait till probably not the winter time, but springtime.
She understood the assignment.
Probably springtime until I get another species of frogs. Unless Christopher finds something at the next swap that he's going to. He's going to some in September, and then one this week. Well, 2 this weekend, but one that he'll be able to look around. Mississippi Hippie, welcome. 3G, welcome. Mississippi Hippie said, I like the crickets from Josh's frogs. They don't stink as much and they stay alive longer. Yeah, we used to get like 80 from Petco, but they smell bad and they died really easily. But now we got 1,000 of them from Chewy, and I think it was $28. They're 17 cents a piece at Petco, so I don't know. 10 would be $1.70. 100 would be $17. So it'd be $170 for 1,000 of them.
Oh. I forgot what you said already.
I think it'd be 170. I don't know. But they're 17 cents a piece. But from Chewy, I think it was like 28-ish dollars with like, I feel like it's $5 shipping. I don't know though. Yeah, to ask my mother. So I think it was about $30-some for 1,000 crickets, and they're a different species than the ones that Petco sells, but they live a lot longer. They've lived a lot longer. We've only had like 5 dead ones or so out of the 1,000, and that was mainly because of the water bowl. We had a short water bowl in there. But now we have water beads. This is what Chris uses. He uses water beads. And the crickets drink from them. So, yeah. So now there's water beads in there, so we shouldn't have as many dead ones because they were like drowning in the water. But now they can drink from the water beads and they won't be able to drown. So yeah. They have not died as quick as Petco ones, and there's a lot more. So I separated them into 2, I think they're 54 quart totes. It's around $30 for 1,000 crickets, including shipping from Josh's. Yeah, I think it was probably $33 or so from Chewy. And I don't know what kind of shipping it is from Josh's Frogs, but this was... Normally it's overnight, but I think she ordered it later in the day, maybe. But I think it took 2 days, I want to say. I don't know, it arrived on a Friday. I feel like she ordered it on a Tuesday or Wednesday. So it was like 2 or 3 days from Chewy. I use the water crystals like for plants.
This gel's pretty cool.
It is. They're like Orbeez. If any of you know what Orbeez are, they're like tiny little beads that you put in water and they expand. And obviously they're different because I feel like Orbeez, you can't feed them. You can't have geckos crickets drink out of them. But these come already made, I guess. They're already bigger, and these ones I think are blue or green. The color doesn't really matter, but yeah, that's what Chris said to use because that's what he uses. So we're trying that out, and now the crickets won't be able to drown, which is nice. But there's a lot of them. I have a specimen container. I broke the handle. I broke half the handle off of it, but it still works. So I put the specimen container in the tote, and I take tweezers and I pick up one of the egg crates that the crickets are on, and I shake it into the specimen container. And normally I get like 30 of them in there, so then I have to shake a bunch out because I only need like I have 5 frogs. They only eat like 2 each, so that's like 10. The tree frogs make up a majority of the crickets that we use because, like I said, crickets make up a majority of the tree frog's diet. The geckos, the leopard geckos, they could always eat the mealworms that we have or something else. But so we use like 10 for the tree frogs, 1 for the tomato frog, and probably 9 total for the leopard geckos. So we use about 20 crickets or so every day, give or take. Probably less than that. But obviously my Crusty Gecko doesn't need the crickets, so that's good. So I don't need to always like have the crickets. If I was to just keep Crusty Geckos, then I know that I don't have to have crickets. Because to me, they're not really a reliable source, because if something happens in the tote and they all die, we had 2 of them, which is a good thing. But if something happened in the tote and they all died, then that would affect my tree frogs. We would have to go out and get more to hold us off to like Chewy or wherever we order them from until they could ship. But I know with Crusty Geckos, I have 2 packets of food in the fridge that'll last 8 months. Well, they'll last up to a year in the fridge, but each package will probably last me 8 months. Because I only use a tiny little bit. It's a bottle cap of food. I have to replace it every day. So the Crusty Gecko is pretty nice. Because they're really cool. You can hold them. I can't hold my tree frogs. They'll jump. But who's going next? Matt? Bob? Caleb?
Bob Kaler. Matt's not streaming.
Oh.
He has other things to attend to.
Alrighty. In 1 minute, Bob Kaler will be streaming. We'll talk more about reptiles and stuff on Saturday. Not Saturday, Sunday. I don't think we'll have anything that'll come up that we'd have to cancel it. But it is my mother's birthday the day before, so that'll be fun.
Yep. I don't think, shouldn't be any reason this week.
Yeah. Last week, I think I said the same thing about Sunday, but I forgot about the wedding. That too. The guy that was getting married, he told somebody that the wedding was at 4, but it was at 2. So they showed up at 3:30, and we were all sitting outside after we got ice cream. And they pulled in and they were like, "You're not supposed to see the bride before before they get married, and we're all they got married like an hour ago, so that was kind of sad. But it only took a couple minutes. So my father has the link to Kaylor's stream, so we're gonna end it, and we'll see you all on Sunday.
Catch y'all on Sunday.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good rest of the week. Enjoy.
Hopefully it's not hot outside.
It's hot outside.
It is, I know. We're in New York. Bye, everyone. Have a great week. Stay safe.